I'm going to go through a training module with you guys. And after the training module, I'm gonna do some coaching and some Q&A. So stay tuned through the end if you want some live coaching and if you want some Q&A answered, if you want some questions answered this morning. So I'm here for you, I'm excited for you. We'll do a little mini check-in. But first I wanna go through some of this training material so that you are just feeling like fresh and ready to go and everything. So before we get started, the first thing I wanna do is I wanna take a second to take some deep breaths and to just ground and center and put out some really good intentions. So wherever you are, whether you're in a chair or if you're standing, I want you to either sit down or lay down. And I want you to start taking some deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, and just close your eyes. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. This time breathe in all the things that you want, all the transformation, how you want to change your life and all the good things you want to bring in. Breathe them in. Breathe out all the negativity, all the stress, all the fear, all the worry, all the doubt. We're going to do that one more time, and I want you to have a big deep breath out. Breathe all the good things that you want into your life. Hold to the top and breathe out all the negativity, fear, and stress. One more time. Hold at the top. Let it all out. Good. Now we're gonna just do a quick little body scan. I want you to I want you to start at the top of your head, and I want you to just relax. Let the top of your head relax. Go down to your ears. Let your ears just relax. Let your body be comfortable. Come down to your jaw. Let your jaw relax. If you're holding it tight, if you're clenching it, if anything, let that jaw just relax and become comfortable. Move to your neck. Let your neck become comfortable. If you want to roll it out a little bit, you can roll it out. Just feel it relax. Feel it just melt. Feel it just let all the stress, worry, or fear go. Come down to your shoulders. We hold a lot of tension there. Neck, back, shoulders. Just let the shoulder tension go. Let your shoulders relax and release. Come down to your back, your upper back, your lower back, and just let it be calm and comfortable, relaxed. Go to your hips. A lot of times we as women, especially with weight loss, hold a lot of our tension and our stress in our hips. Let that stress go. Feel free, feel released, feel relaxed. Come down to your thighs, your hips, and your knees. Just let any pressure and stress go from those areas. Now come down to your shins, your ankles, your calves. Let all the pressure and the stress go. Go to your feet and maybe do a few rolls with your ankles. Just let that stress go. Let your whole body just relax and be right here, right now. This is the most important thing. This is who you are, without all the stress, the guilt, the shame, the doubt, which are all learned things. This is who you truly are at your center. So feel how good it feels to just be you without the stress, without the doubt, without the fear, without the pressure to be somebody else or be something that you're not. Feel how good it feels to just be you, and that be enough, and that be okay, and that be worthy. Now we're going to set a few intentions. Keep your eyes closed for this. The intention I want to set is that the information I provide to you is exactly what you've been looking for, what you've been waiting to hear, gives you an aha moment, gives you a breakthrough, changes your perspective, changes how you look at things, changes how you feel about things, changes how you feel about yourself, and allows you to be the woman that you are here to be, the woman that you've always known you're supposed to be, the woman that you are born to be. That the information you hear, feel, see today is absolutely life-changing and allows you to move forward in the most powerful, confident, healthy, happy way. Beautiful. So you can start to open your eyes. You can move your body around a little bit. Just do this whenever you feel comfortable. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Just have to say that I am so honored to be here with you all. I'm so honored to be your coach, and I'm so honored to share with you the stuff that has literally changed my life and close to thousands of other women's lives. It is so special, so powerful. I feel like we got a piece of magic, so let's jump right in. Okay. Number one, I want to congratulate you. I am so proud of you for taking the time, making the investment in yourself, because what you said when you did that is, I am worthy. I do deserve this. And even if you doubt yourself, even if you feel like you're not worthy, even if the weird thoughts come up for you on a daily basis, just know that by putting your time, your energy, and your finances into this to say, I am worthy of having this, I'm worthy of this kind of support, I'm worthy of this level of information and knowledge and training and growth, you are acknowledging that it's time for a change. You have already made a massive change just by doing that, just by saying yes to jumping into this course. So I am so proud of you. It takes a lot of courage because it's scary. I know the reason that we put on weight in the first place is because we don't want to be seen. So by doing this, you are being seen, and you've chosen to break through the fear. You're saying, you know, it might be scary, I might not know how to do this, but I'm willing to put my foot forward and say, let's make this change. So that is so much to be proud of, and I'm so, so proud of you. I want you to take lots of time throughout the whole course to acknowledge yourself and feel proud of yourself for doing this. It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, it's a big deal. As I mentioned to you, like, this week marks the week that changed your life. You know, you marked on the day that you signed up for this course as the day, you put a big circle around the date that everything gets to change, the day that your life changed, the day that you began doing what it took to change your body, to change your health, to be the best self. You will look back on this day, that day that you circled, and you will say, that is the day that my whole life changed, that everything shifted. And I'm so incredibly excited for you to have that. I had that moment myself where I looked back and I was like, that's the day that I decided to change everything. And it feels incredible. So know that that's on the way. Also know that you can't unlearn this stuff. So the things that you're about to learn in this course, the things that you're already learning, you can't unlearn. So from this point forward, you will never be the woman that you were before this course started. You will always become a progressed version of yourself. No matter if you have doubtful thoughts or fear or whatever come up for you, you're always going to have this knowledge, and you're always going to come back to your truth quicker. So just know that that's a huge deal. That's one of the things that always gets me moving forward and feeling really excited about my journey when I'm becoming a new version of myself. It's like, when I learn these new things, I can't unlearn it. So it's always going to be with me, and I'm always going to be at a new level. So same goes for you. You're always going to be at this new level now, and that's a big deal. Okay, so I want you to know this, that anything is possible for you. You've literally been brought to this earth with a purpose, for a reason, and nothing is off limits. I know that we tend to feel like we can't have it all, like it would be greedy or wrong for us to have a great body and a great career, or a great relationship and a great body, or all of the above. I know that that's our mindset, that's the programming that we were given from a young age. However, it is false. And today we're going to break through a lot of false beliefs, a lot of false stories, and a lot of things that we've been told that aren't true, that are keeping us from where we want to be. And it starts with that. You can have it all. You're meant to have it all. It's not bad to have it all. It's not wrong to have it all. It's good to have it all. Depending on your religious beliefs, you know, if you believe in God, the universe, yourself, no matter what, you can apply this, that person that you look to wants you to be happy, wants you to have it all, wants you to live your best life, wants it to be really good for you. We just tend to think that for some reason it's not okay. You were born to live a great life, to feel the best you can, to look the best you can, to have beautiful, loving relationships where you experience love on a deep level, to have a career that's really fulfilling and is your life's work, is your purpose, to make a lot of money, to be able to do all the great things that you want to do with your life. You know, you were born with these desires in your heart. You wouldn't have been born with the desires if you weren't meant to have them. So don't let yourself feel like this isn't possible for you, or you just might have been born with genetics that don't allow you to have the body that you want, or you're just meant to look like you are right now the rest of your life, or you're just not meant to be healthy, or it's not for you, whatever. It is for you. It is for you. It is for everyone. The story that we tell ourselves is that it's not. Just know that anything is possible. You are completely limitless. You are going to see that in this course. We are going to practice this every single week, every single day. You realizing that you are meant to have it all. It is for you. A healthy body is for you. A body that you fall in love with is for you. The weight that feels your best, that you feel most confident in, is for you. So know that you have the tools, the training, everything you need to completely have it all. And you just need to allow yourself to embrace that. So we'll talk about that more in a second. The other thing I want to talk about quickly is to not feel bad, guilty, shameful, or anything about where you are right now. So I know sometimes we can come into this course, a lot of women come into it feeling really bad about where they are and where they've gotten and how they've let themselves go and how they let their body get to where it is right now. I don't want you to focus on the past anymore. The past is the past. The past happened. Your body is where it is right now for actually a beautiful reason, because you were trying to protect yourself and you did the best with what you had. With what you knew, you did the best. So your mind was trying to protect you by putting on fat, by trying to keep you safe. You're going to learn more about the reasons why you put on fat in the first place in this course in another module. But for what we're talking about right now, just know that you put on that fat for a reason. It was a protective reason. You were trying to take care of yourself. You were trying to be good to yourself. But your mind just didn't know any better that it could be done in a different way. Like, you didn't have to put on fat. You could actually just address it like we're going to do in this course. So once you have that knowledge, again, on like how to break through it without putting fat on your body, you can unlearn it and you will always be progressing. So just take where you are right now and say, thank you, body. Like, you tried to protect me. You tried to help me. You were doing the best you could. And I love you. Thank you. If I forgive you, I love you. I'm sorry. The Ho'oponopono, the Hawaiian forgiveness prayer. If you have never heard of that, it's definitely worth looking up. It's beautiful. But you tell your body, thank you. I love you. I forgive you. I'm sorry. And I could go in depth with that, but I won't. That's not for today. That's for another day. So you forgive yourself. You just let yourself be where you are and know that you don't need to look at the past. You can look at the future. Let's focus on the future. Let's focus on where you're going, what you're doing, the future body that you're creating every moment from now on. That feels empowering. That feels exciting. That feels good. And you'll notice that we are always seeking the best feelings. And that is because when you feel the feeling in your body, your energy changes. And when your energy changes, you are actually like vibrationally, your cells are vibrating at a higher level. And when your cells are vibrating at a higher level, then you attract the things that you want to you much easier, much quicker. So when there's stress and fear and guilt and doubt and shame and all the feelings that we feel about our bodies, like I shouldn't be like this, I shouldn't be here, I can't believe I let myself get like this. These are lower vibration thoughts. So they're resisting and pushing away the ability for our bodies to do what they just do naturally, which is drop weight and feel amazing and look how you know that you are born to look. So the more you can release the resistance and feel better and have a better energy, the better it is. So drop the thoughts of I shouldn't be where I am right now. They can go. That's the past. It is gone. And jump into, from this moment forward, I am changing my future body. My body is shifting. It's elevating with every moment. It's changing. So better feeling thoughts is where you always want to go with this. Don't feel guilty or bad. Okay, and so let's talk about what's going on in the next 12 weeks. You're going to learn my secrets to weight loss, to feeling the best that you've ever felt. These are things that I used personally, and close to thousands of women have experienced and have used to get the bodies that they love, that are lasting, and are able to be sustainable for a lifetime. So I'm really excited to share all this information with you. This is like the powerful stuff. This is the bread and butter. I'm so excited. This is life-changing in so many ways. And you're gonna wake up in the morning, you're gonna look in the mirror, you're gonna see your body changing, shifting. It's gonna be starting to look like you knew you were supposed to look, like you knew you were born to look. The way that it feels healthiest, the way that you feel most confident, you're gonna see your confidence increasing, and because your confidence is increasing, you're gonna see people more attracted to you. You're gonna see better job opportunities come to you, finances improve, you're going to see yourself living your life purpose, you'll be happier, your relationships are gonna be more full of love and purpose and meaning, and your body, of course, is gonna look how you want it to look, which is so exciting because once you change this stuff internally, you're able to become different in all areas of your life. So it changes the body. We're specifically focused on the body through this course, but it is going to change all the elements of your entire life. So this is big time. Let's see. Okay, a couple thoughts. One, you were born to be healthy. I kind of touched on that a little bit, but you were created to be a healthy person. Like, your body knows what to do. Your body is very smart. You were born knowing how to maintain health and wellness. However, over time, things have stacked up that made it really challenging to actually be that woman, right? So you've never lost her. She's always been inside of your heart and inside of your soul. But what happens is we stack layers on top that make her who she is not. And that's where it gets to the point of fat. Essentially, you're stacking fat on top of who you are. So we're gonna remove the layers of fat, we're gonna remove the layers that aren't you, and we're gonna get back to your center of who you really are. And in that way, your body will function exactly how it's supposed to. It's gonna do what it needs to do. It's gonna radiate health. And I'm talking about health, your skin, your hair, your nails, your, if you're experiencing any sickness or disease, you're gonna notice that as you change your mindset, your body shifts too. So everybody's experience is completely different here. It is whatever you make of it. So it's up to you to decide what you're gonna shift and change and how you're gonna do it. But just know that as you feel better, things start to change, which is really exciting. And you were born to be healthy. Know that you can do this. Know that I believe in you. I'm here as your coach. You have other coaches in here too that are here to help you, and we love you and we're here to support you. However, we can't help you and support you if you don't ask for help. I know that is a hard thing. I had to learn that lesson myself. You know, in the beginning, I'd be in groups and I'd not ask for help when I needed it because I was like afraid to, or I just didn't feel like I should. Ask us questions. We love answering questions. We love helping you. We love coaching you. We've been where you are and we want to help you. It's like our greatest joy to help you and to coach you. So please always ask for what you need. When you feel like you want to give up, don't. And most people give up right before they are getting the result that they want. And that's so many women come to this course and they're just like, you know, nothing's working, my body isn't shifting, my body isn't changing, I don't know what to do. They gave up right before the miracle, right before the change, right before the shift. And in this course, just know that we don't allow that. You keep going, no matter if you get discouraged or fearful or doubtful or whatever, know that those thoughts are all normal. All those feelings are normal. We all feel them, we all experience them. That's why you're in this group. You have the community, you have myself, you have the coaches. We are all there on your tough days where you can reach out and say, hey, I'm struggling today. I feel like giving up. I feel like eating a pint of ice cream. I feel like whatever. And we'll be there and we'll be like, okay, let's work you through this. You got this. Let's get you back on track. That's why you join this group. So you have this amazing, wonderful community. So make sure you reach out to us when you need help. And always, always, always know that I believe in you. Your coaches believe in you. We are here. We see you at your highest. We see you at your best. You're going to do this. It is going to change your body. Know that there is no reason that things will not shift and change and you won't get the results that you want and you hit your goals unless you allow yourself to stop yourself, which we all do. However, when you feel yourself stopping yourself, you reach out to us and we'll break you through it. So the saddest thing that you could do is just run through this course, have some doubts come up, never say anything about it, and then just give up. What you need to do is know that you're gonna feel doubt, you're gonna feel fear, you're gonna feel worry, you're gonna feel shame, you're gonna feel like you failed, you're gonna feel like you wanna give up, you're gonna feel like all these things, but reach out to us when those things happen so we are able to break you through it, to coach you through it, and so that the other members of this community can break you through it and be there and support you and love you. It's so important. It is everything. You'd be crazy to think that everybody else isn't experiencing these things too. And I know that I used to think that. I used to think I was the only one feeling it. Like I didn't share it with anybody, and that's the reason I was having such a hard time. But once I started opening up to community, asking for help, that's when the change happened. So please know that this experience, you gotta ask for help. You gotta know that when you have a hard day and you wanna give up, there's nothing wrong with you. You aren't weird, you aren't shamed, you aren't gonna be judged, nothing. It's normal. We all have felt it, we all know it, we all are expecting it. Like it's gonna come up. So just reach out to us. Okay, so today we're gonna bust through some myths. And we're gonna get to know the truth about what's possible. So you're gonna learn what your fat suit is, why you put on a fat suit, and how to take it off over the course of these 12 weeks. As we've discussed before, fat is an emotional problem. That's one of the biggest myths that we will talk about in a second. Fat is an emotional problem. Most people think it's just the lack of working out or a lack of eating the right foods. Fat is an emotional thing. You put fat on your body as protection. Fat is a buffer. Fat is a way that you keep yourself safe. So we can't heal an emotional problem by working out more and by eating better food. We have to heal an emotional problem by getting to the root of it and actually breaking through the emotional reasons why we put the fat on in the first place. So know that if you aren't where you want to be right now, if your body doesn't look how you want it to look, it's just because you have some limiting beliefs, some limiting stories, some limiting thoughts, some limiting feelings that you took on. It is natural. Everybody in the group has them. Your coaches and I all have them. We all are able to go through this and have this experience together. What will happen is you will start to break through them a lot quicker, which is what your coaches and I are able to do. Like the thoughts and the beliefs, some of them are completely gone. Others still pop up from time to time, and if they pop up, we're able to break through them a lot faster. But I can tell you that we still have times when it tries to take us out and knock our feet out from under us, and we have each other. So we can go to each other and say, hey, I need some support, I need some help. So I'm telling you, don't think something's wrong with you if you have negative thoughts or you want to give up or you feel like you're failing. Just reach out. It's normal. Okay. So here's, as I said, anything is possible, but the beliefs and the limiting stories that we tell ourselves are the reasons why we don't think that we can have the body that we want, that we can have the health that we want, that we can change and shift and alter how we feel about ourselves. So what I want to do here is I want to take a look at something that's going to be your action steps to take for this week. I want you to get your Body Built by Love journal, and I want you to carry it with you everywhere. Like this thing is part of you. My notebook that I have for up-leveling my life, I call it my Bible. And it is like, or my second Bible, you know. This is the thing that you want to carry with you everywhere you go. It's part of you. It's your new beliefs. You want to practice it. What you're going to use it for this week is you're going to write down whenever you notice yourself think a limiting thought, a negative thought, feel yourself telling a story that you think might not be true. I want you to start identifying the thoughts that you're having, because we tend to be so busy that we just go through life and we just boom, 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 do our stuff, and then not realize what we're actually thinking on a daily basis And when you start to see it, when you identify it, then the change starts to happen. So don't be judgmental of the thoughts, be a non-judgmental observer of the thoughts that are popping up in your head. But I want you to write down in your journal when you think something like, I can't have that. Like you see somebody have a really healthy body, you think, oh, I can't have that. Or you look at some food and you say, I shouldn't eat that. Think to yourself, why did I do that? Who am I to have that? I'm not meant for that. I don't deserve it. That's somebody else's life, but not mine. Any of these thoughts that you have about your body or your health or your weight or anything that are negative, that are anything but empowering, I want you to write them down in your journal. And I want you to do it all day long for the next week. I want you to start to see the stories that come up, and you'll start to see certain stories repeat themselves consistently. So, something like, for me, a limiting story that I used to have was that if I missed a workout, then I was gonna ruin all the progress that I had. So that would come up for me often throughout the day. If I didn't do my workout in the morning, like I usually do, I'd be like, oh, well, I gotta do that workout later on today, or I'm not gonna get the results that I want. And that's not empowering, that's disempowering. That's very much like stress, pressure, fear. If I don't do it, I'm gonna gain weight, or I'm gonna lose my progress. It's very fear-based. So that's something that I would write down. If I don't do my workout during the day, I'm gonna gain weight. And I'll show you how to shift and change all these beliefs. As you saw, I didn't work out for the last 3.5 months until the last couple weeks after I had my baby Jonathan, because and I didn't have the mindset anymore where I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my progress, I'm gonna gain weight. And because of having that mindset, my body actually lost weight without working out. So I'm showing you that it is possible to lose weight and change your body without the workouts, without the food. But if you add those things in, if you really feel motivated and excited to do those things, it's extra bonus awesomeness. Our bodies do thrive when we have really nourishing food and really awesome physical activity that we love. But first you gotta shift through the beliefs. So start writing down all the limiting beliefs, all the stories, anything that's not empowering that you're thinking on a daily basis. And I want you to start to acknowledge what you're thinking and what you're feeling. Okay, so let me see this really quick. Okay, I also want you to write down this in your journal, the answer to this. What thoughts do you have about why you can't have the weight, body, and health you want? What thoughts are you having? It's probably gonna be the things you write down, but just in case there's a few other things in there, I want you to journal on that as well. And then what I want you to do is make a video, a Facebook Live video in our Facebook group, our community, and I want you to tell us the limiting beliefs that you came up with. And I know this might feel terrifying because you don't want to share the meanest, most judgmental thoughts that you think in your head that you would never say to anybody outside of yourself. But this is part of the healing process. If you skip this exercise, you'll be doing yourself a massive disservice. You'll be doing yourself a disservice in terms of losing weight and finding the health that you want. So it might be scary. I'm gonna challenge you to do a lot of things that you feel scared to do in this group, in this course. And the reason is because by doing those things, you become a new level of yourself, you break through stuff, and then the weight drops off of your body. There is rhyme and reason to all of this. So make us a Facebook Live, and I want you to tell us about the stories and limiting beliefs and the fears that you have that came up at the end of this week. And why you think that you can't have the health and body. Another reason I want you to do this, that it's so fun and so exciting, is because you start to see that other people have the same fears and limiting beliefs, and you thought you were the only one that ever thought it. You thought that you were the only one that believed it. Once you start to see that your thoughts are not significant, these are things that everybody else is thinking, they're just not saying it, it loses a lot of its power. And that's what you want. You want the thought and the story and the belief to lose its power. And it does that every time you identify it and realize that there is another truth and that other people are feeling it. That's when it washes away. And that's when it leaves your body. And that's when the fat can drop off. So it's it's powerful, and it's also really nice to just see everybody else be like, oh yeah, I felt that before. So if you watch someone else's video and you felt the things they're feeling, make sure you leave a comment and tell them, I felt that before, girl. Like, I've been there. I've experienced that. Let's talk about a couple myths now. The myth that A myth, a limiting belief, a story, as I said before, is anything that is not empowering. A lot of myths that I hear about weight loss and body and health, number one is that weight loss is hard, that it has to be challenging, that it has to be a struggle, that it has to take a long amount of time and you really got to put a lot of energy and hard work and effort in. I don't believe that it has to be that way. I believe it could be easy. I believe it can be fun. I believe it can be effortless. I've experienced this in my own life. I've watched hundreds of women go through this course and work with me who are experiencing the same exact thing where they're like coming back to me. This is the most common thing I hear in this course is, Steph, I didn't realize how easy it could be. It has been so easy. It has been so effortless. I cannot believe how easy it has been. It's like I'm not even trying. That's your birthright. You get to have that. That is for you. Yes. So don't believe the myth that weight loss is hard. It's only hard if you make it hard. Remember that you get to choose your reality. You get to choose how you live. You get to choose your life and everything in it. So you can decide that it gets to be hard if you want it to be hard, but you also get to decide that it gets to be easy if you want it to be easy. And I know personally, I chose for it to be easy because that sounds great. And it has been. It's been a very like autopilot thing for me. It's not something I stress or worry about anymore. I did the inner work. I did the breaking through my limiting beliefs, which you could look at that. We'll talk about this more, how to shift your associations, but you can choose to look at that as hard work and really challenging and really tough. Or you can choose to look at it as like really uplifting and empowering and fun to take you to your next level. So it's all your choice. It's all your decision. So weight loss is easy if you choose it's easy. And I highly suggest you choose it's easy because it's way better and more fun that way. And it's fun. Weight loss is fun. Most people think, oh, it's awful. I got to go to the gym and like kill myself at the gym and be sweating and it feels awful and I have to drag myself there and it's the worst experience. No. It doesn't have to be like that. You can choose for it to be really fun. You can do things that you love to do, that light you up, that empower you, and feel your best. You can eat foods that you love. You don't have to eat really awful, terrible things that are flavorless and boring. You've tasted the food in the Body Built by Love food guides. They're so good. Like the food is amazing. So don't believe the myths and the stories about weight loss. There's so much shit out there about how weight loss is, and they make it so tough and so unattractive. Weight loss is fun, and it can be really easy and simple for you. Lock that in. Let's see. You have to work out hard every single day to get a change in your body. False. I proved that after giving birth to my son, Jonathan. 3.5 months, no working out. My body went right back to where it was before. I dropped the weight. My muscle tone came back without the workouts, right? So as I added workouts in over the last 2 weeks, I started to see my body shift and change more. But here's the thing. Whatever you choose to believe will be your truth. If you think you have to work out a lot to get your body to change, then you will have to work out a lot to get your body to change. And sometimes it's easy to allow yourself to get behind the thought. So if you feel like, oh, I could just like sit here and lose weight and do nothing and not change my diet and not change how I work out and lose weight, and you feel like that is extremely hard for you to believe, that's fine. Know that is true. But if you can't get behind it right away, find a better thought. Find a better feeling thought. So try something like, okay, well, I feel like when I work out, I feel like I do need to work out right now in my mind. I gotta work out. I gotta change how I eat to change my body. What you can do is start to shift your workouts. Find workouts that are really fun and exciting and empowering that you love to do. Eat food that's really delicious, that feels really nourishing, and allow yourself to do that in order to get behind it, and then know that you can keep shifting and changing as you go, but you don't want to have a super resistant thought. So if it feels really resistant, remember I talked about the energy and the vibration of it all. If it feels really resistant to think I can just sit here and change my body just by changing my thoughts, then go for something that feels less resistant first, and you can work your way up to a new thought. because you really can create whatever you want here. I'm at the point where I don't have to work out every day. I proved that to be in the shape that I love and have the body that I love. However, I'm at a point where I love moving my body and being active. I find so much joy in it. Going to classes that I used to hate doing, I look forward to, because my experience while I'm doing it is really different. Like, the thoughts that I'm thinking are really different. I'm not feeling pressured to go. I don't feel like I have to go. I don't feel like my weight in my body relies on me going, because I've shifted these beliefs for myself. It's just a fun thing. I just enjoy it. So you can work yourself up to that point, or if you feel non-resistant to it, you can go to that point right away. But just know that you can create whatever you want. You have to go on a diet or eat perfectly to lose weight. False. You can look at the food that I eat on a regular basis. I love to cook myself Built by Love meals, and I do it most weeks because I freaking love the food. I feel really good after I eat it, and it's just nourishing. But I have weeks where I don't cook that food at all, where I go out and I have burgers and pizza and things like that, and it doesn't shift and alter my body. It's because the mindset is different. When you shift your mindset, everything can change. But again, if you have a resistant thought to that and you think, I gotta just start with eating some healthy food, just start by eating with the food guide. See how nourishing it is, see how delicious it is. Feel your body shifting and changing in that way, and you can ease up to it. Just stay away from the resistant thoughts. Let's see. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say is you create your own rules. You're the creator of your life, nobody else. You get to create how everything goes, how things flow. You either choose by your mindset and your thoughts and your stories. You choose for it to be hard, or you choose for it to be easy. You choose for it to be fun, or you choose for it to be challenging. You choose for it to look at something bad as a gift, or you choose to look at it as the worst thing that's ever happened to you that you gotta just, lay in bed and do nothing about, which I've done that before. We all have, right? So you get to choose. You get to decide. I've been the creator of my life, where I've created a lot of stuff that I didn't like. A life I didn't like, relationships I didn't like, job I didn't like, finances that I didn't like, body I didn't like. I created all of that in the past. Then I realized that I get to choose, and I get to create what I want, and I get to make it fun and easy and effortless and go on autopilot if I want to. And then when I realized I had that decision, that's what I created from that point forward. So you have the power to do the same thing. You can choose from this point forward that everything gets to change, that it gets to shift, that it gets to be easy, that it gets to be fun, and you can work yourself to that. The first thing you're gonna do with all of this is take that journal everywhere you go and write down the limiting thoughts, the limiting stories, the limiting beliefs that come up in your head. And I want you to make us a video about the most common ones that you see coming up. A little tip, if you want to start shifting things right away, we'll talk about this more, but it's a thing that I call glitter litter. And it's a funny name, but I just think it's really appropriate for what it is. Because I look at limiting thoughts and beliefs and stories as litter in our brains. You know, when you go somewhere like a city and there's just like litter and trash everywhere on a street, and it's just like dirty and it's messy and you don't want to be there. That's a great analogy for what our minds look like when we tell ourselves limiting thoughts and stories and belief. It's just like a bunch of litter and dirt and trash all over the place, clouding up the spot. It would normally be a really beautiful street, but there's just all this trash all over it. Your mind is a beautiful place. You just got a lot of limiting thoughts and beliefs and stories there that are disempowering, that get to change. So what we want to do is just be glittery, sparkly unicorns and just glitter up your litter thoughts, right? You just turn the litter into glittery litter, and then it becomes beautiful and sparkly and awesome. So glitter litter is like changing your brain, shifting your thoughts and your mindset about how you're looking at these things to be very positive and empowering. So if you had a limiting belief that weight loss has to be hard, you can shift it to weight loss gets to be easy now. Gets to be easy. And like I said, if you have total resistance to that, like, well, my life experience is that weight loss has been really hard. So I feel really resistant, and I feel really like, ugh, when I think about that weight loss could be easy. It just doesn't feel like it could be true. what you want to do is put like a little bridge in there. So you could say, I believe that it could be possible that weight loss could be easy. That's the best bridge, is I believe that it could be possible. Instead of just saying weight loss is easy, I believe that it could be possible that weight loss can be easy. I've seen Steph do it. I've seen Steph's clients do it. I've seen the coaches in Body Built by Love do it. I believe that it's possible that weight loss could be easy. That helps. So you start there and you just keep practicing that glitter thought. That's more glittery than the trash on the street, right? It's not the sparkliest glitter that there is, but it's pretty glittery and it's pretty nice and it feels pretty good to say and think. So you start thinking those thoughts, glitter them up, and then the more you do it and the more it feels really real and really true, you'll get to a point where you start to hear the story, you'll start to hear the new thought, the empowering thought of weight loss can be easy. You'll hear it and you'll go, actually, yeah, weight loss can be easy. And when you feel that, that's when you can practice that new belief of just weight loss can be easy. So give yourself a bridge for any thought, any limiting thought you have to when you're flipping it to the glitter version of it. Just give yourself a bridge if you need it. If you feel any resistance, any weirdness, it's totally okay to put the bridge in there. I had to do that a lot until I got to the place where I am now. I, of course, did not feel like weight loss could be easy when I first started out. I was like, no, weight loss is really hard. It's always been hard. I can't imagine it being easy. You know, it takes a lot of hard work and effort. So I eased myself in with the bridge and then went into, and now it's like, it would be crazy for me to think that weight loss could be hard. It's like, it's just not a part of my reality anymore. My brain does not think that thought and believe it to be true. So sometimes you gotta put the bridge in to do the other stuff. Okay, so you have your action steps. You know what you're doing this week. Remember that you are in control of your life. You have the power. You're limitless. I see you at your highest and your best. I'm holding the space for you to transform. I'm holding a safe space for you to be yourself, to be loved, to be worthy, just as you are, not having to shift or change anything or be anything for any of us. Just be who you are. It is enough. It is good enough. You are limitless. You are amazing. You are powerful. You can do this. I know you can do this. Anybody who is here can do this, will get the results if you just apply yourself and don't give up. When it gets challenging, do not give up. Keep going. Reach out to us. We can help you. We can help you shift. We can help you make the change. That's what we're here for. That's what this course is designed for. That's to help you break through your stuff. And to give up at times when in the past you probably would have given up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some questions and do some coaching. So if you have questions, I want you to type them in and we'll do some coaching really quick, about 10 minutes, and then we will head out. But I'm so excited to see you post your video. I know it's gonna be vulnerable, it's gonna be nerve-wracking, maybe. Actually, you can create whatever you want, right? So you get to choose how it goes. But if it does feel scary in any way, just know that it's okay. Everybody's feeling the same thing. You're not alone. Just be yourself, let it be what it is. Say your limiting beliefs. You're gonna be amazed at how many people say to you, I felt that, I know that, I see that, I've experienced that. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my laptop and read some comments. Okay, Janae says, how do you have empowering beliefs about your weight if you still aren't where you wanna be? I can't look at myself and see a size 0 if I'm a size 8. Well, that's a perfect question, and it sounds like we just answered that one. Exactly what I was saying about the bridge. You got to put the bridge in first, because like that's a great example too. Like, how do I see a size 0 when I'm a size 8, right? You're looking in the mirror and you're like, that's not a size 0. You want to put a bridge in there. I believe it's possible that I can be a size 0, right? Because you wouldn't have even gone after this course if you didn't know that it was possible for you in some way to have the body that you want, to have the health that you want. There's somewhere deep down that you know it's possible. So all you have to do is just put a bridge in there and just think the bridge thought until the other thought starts to feel like it's within reach. Does that make sense? Okay. What other questions does everybody have? Type them in. We're going to do a little coaching. Okay, what do you think about intermittent fasting? I feel it goes well with my body, but sometimes I think it's just an excuse to overeat or eat bigger meals in a shorter time span. Yeah, great question. Intermittent fasting. Anything like this, I want to call it like a diet trend or a diet fad. It's up to you to decide how you want to flow with it. I personally do not enjoy fasting. It's not fun for me. It's not something I like to do. It's not something I enjoy at all. So I know that personally, intermittent fasting is not something that I feel like I need to do or want to do. And it's not something I have to do. There's a million ways for you to get to the healthy body you want. What I would ask you is, what is your intention behind the intermittent fasting? This makes a huge difference. So I do believe that intermittent fasting is powerful for some people, and it works well for some people. And as I said too, it's all about the beliefs and the mindset. So if you believe that this is going to work for you, that's probably what's going to work for you if you have no resistant thoughts behind it. So it does work for some people. It can be healing and it can be healthy for some people. But you got to figure out what it is for yourself. If the intention behind intermittent fasting is losing weight, I would say send it to the door. You don't have to fast to lose weight. If you're doing it because it feels really good, if you're doing it because your body likes it, if you're doing it because your body is thriving from doing it, great, awesome, do it. You want to trust your body and you want to be able to listen to your body, what feels good, what feels awesome. If you're noticing yourself feel resistance during the day when you're doing it, then that's a good indicator, a good little signal that you're not doing it for the right reasons, for the right intentions. You're just kind of forcing yourself with the resistance. I know for Josh, my husband Josh, personally, he does like intermittent fasting. He doesn't do it all the time, but and he doesn't do it intermittent fasting is funny because once we learned about intermittent fasting a while ago, it was oh yeah, that's what you do all the time. It was he didn't have a name for it, but he just felt good. He felt his best when he'd do that, and he doesn't do it every day, but I would say a lot of days he just doesn't really need breakfast and he doesn't want lunch, and he'll just have a larger meal at dinner, and he feels really good when he does that. But there's times when that doesn't feel good to him, so then he doesn't do it. I think sticking to something as it has to be this all the time, all the way, no matter what, no matter how I feel, that feels unhealthy. So if you're just flowing with your body and you're saying, you know what, intermittent fasting feels really good to me today, it feels healthy, the energy gets higher, the vibration gets higher, your body is able to be really relaxed and remove a lot of the pressure and can do what it does naturally and drop off weight. But if you feel the resistance, you're intermittent fasting and you're going through the day and it's midday and you're I'm super hungry and I really need something to eat, but I can't eat anything and I'll ruin what I'm doing. I'll break the diet that I'm on or whatever, the fasting schedule, I'll ruin what I'm doing. That's when it becomes something that's stressful and pressure and resistant, and that is when you have that kind of resistance in your body will find it impossible to drop the weight and to allow weight to release. So it's all about how you feel, the emotions, everything. And it's also all about just checking in with your body, seeing how you feel, being really conscious to how your body feels in terms of resistance and in terms of feeling really good and feeling really excited. It's safe guidance if you feel super stoked and super excited for something that you're on a good track for your body to be in a good state to release weight. But think about how many times we've put so much pressure on stuff. I was giving you the example that I thought I had to work out every day. And if I missed a workout, then I would lose my results or I'd gain weight or whatever. There's so much resistance in that. That makes going to the gym a chore. It makes going to the gym full of pressure. It makes it full of fear, worry. I'm sitting there if I miss it, there's going to be a problem. All of those things were the reason that I was having so much trouble losing weight. One of the reasons I was having so much trouble losing weight is because there was so much pressure, so much stress, so much resistance. So take a look at your life right now with food, with workouts, with your body. Where is there a lot of stress and pressure and resistance of like, it has to be like this and it has to be done this way and I have to like whatever for it to shift. Releasing those things allows you to release the weight. So releasing the thoughts releases the weight, releasing the pressure releases the weight. There was one other thing I was going to say about that. I don't know. If it's meant to come back, it will come back. So hopefully that answers your question. It's not really like how I feel about intermittent fasting is, does it feel good for your body? Does it feel resistant for you? Is it something that you feel really good when you do? You know, judge it based off of that. But if and what are your intentions behind it? If your intentions behind fasting is weight loss, then I don't think that like that, to me, that feels really like heavy and really like resistant. But if you're doing it for health, because there are like certain fasts are amazing for health. Like I've done fasts before. I've done a water fast. I've done like a liver cleanse fast, like stuff like that, which is like up to you again. Like if you feel resistant or if you feel good about it. I personally felt like I needed to, the reason I did the water fast was to heal my body of something. This was before I did like emotional. I realized how powerful your emotions are. I thought doing that would shift it, but it was really the emotions that were associated. But it's the intention behind it. Not intermittent fasting for weight loss, but if you're doing intermittent fasting because it feels really good, for health, you know, if there's no resistance, go for it. All right. Jen says, I feel like I need restrictions, kinda. Like I know my body doesn't find white flour, processed carbs nourishing. So I feel the need to create a loving boundary around that because I want to give my body a chance to heal. What are your thoughts on that? Same with dairy, at least for now. Good question, Jen. Take a little sip of this. And then we're going to answer that. I'm glad you asked that. And I think a lot of people are wondering the same thing. Okay. So, white flour, processed carbs, you know it's not feeling nourishing for your body. You know you don't feel the best when you have that stuff. So you're kind of feeling like you need to put restrictions around it. Let me read your question again. And you want to put a boundary around it because you want to give your body a chance to heal. What are my thoughts on that? Okay. First thought is that you don't actually have to remove that for your body to heal. If you heal your mind, if you heal your thoughts, the parts of your body that are that need healing will heal. However, like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you have a lot of resistance to that, like if you're like, that just doesn't feel possible. That just doesn't feel like I can get behind that. That just doesn't feel like reality. Then you can kind of ease yourself into it. Like if the bridge is like, I feel like I gotta take out processed carbs and, did you say sugar, dairy? White flour, processed carbs, and dairy. If you feel like you gotta remove that stuff first, then you can remove it. However, like I said with resistance, don't do it with resistance. If you are looking at a piece of wedding cake, I was at a wedding last night. If you're looking at a piece of wedding cake and you want to have the wedding cake and it's feeling really resistant, like if these are the thoughts that are popping up in your head, like I shouldn't eat that because if I eat that, I'm gonna get fat. I shouldn't eat that because if I eat that, I'm gonna gain weight. I shouldn't eat that because if I eat that, I'm gonna ruin all my progress. I shouldn't eat that because it's not good for me. It's gonna make me feel sick. I don't feel good when I have that kind of stuff. I shouldn't do it. It's wrong. No. If you're having those kind of thoughts going on, think about that level of resistance. And so that level of resistance is happening in your body, and it's the energy that you are putting out. your body cannot release weight from that state. So if there is heavy guilt and heavy pressure and heavy stress around not eating something, you're gonna retain weight no matter what. That's where it comes in, where we have people, and I know there's people in this group who have experienced this. I experienced this before. You're like doing all the workouts and you're gaining weight, or you're eating all the right food and you're gaining weight, right? That's how that happens, is there's so much resistance on it, even though it's a good thing, that it's not even working. So if there's heavy resistance about it, then you're counterintuitive to the results that you want and to allowing your body to relax and release weight. It's all about relaxing the body and letting it be safe and comfortable to release weight, to feel good, to be nourished. So yes, it is extremely important, the energy and the intention that you do something with. If you're taking this food out because you feel like you have to in order to look a certain way, it's probably not the right intentions. You want to come at it from a different space. If you're looking at it and you honestly feel like, you look at the food and you go, you know, I'm just not gonna feel good when I have that, even though I love cake, but whatever, and you just just let it go. That's a totally different vibe, and it's a totally different energy for your body to heal than looking at it and being like, I shouldn't eat that, I want it so bad, but like I shouldn't have it, and everybody's looking at me like I should eat this food, and they put it right in front of me, and the cake is literally in my lap, like I should just eat it, but I shouldn't eat it. That's when you have to release the resistance. That's when it becomes unhealthy for your body. So that's where a lot of disease, like think about the word dis-ease. It's a lack of ease. Disease comes from a lack of ease. So there's a lot of stress, and there's a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of heaviness, and there's a lot of fear around this thing. So it creates a lack of ease, a dis-ease. So when we're experiencing ailments and things in our bodies, anything from like serious ailments to, you know, acne on our skin, or just like can't think of the word. Just like not smooth skin, skin issues, rashes. I used to have rosacea really bad on my cheeks. Dis-ease, lack of ease. So our bodies are responding to our stress and our fear. And this is a huge misconception. We think as women, if we restrict ourselves, then we will get the results that we want. However, a lot of times we're making ourselves more sick and more overweight by restricting ourselves. So I'm not a fan of restriction. I'm a fan of doing what feels best for your body, doing what feels most natural, doing what feels really good, doing what gives you good energy. So you could have negative energy about eating the food, or you could have negative energy about, wait, what did I just say? Basically what I'm trying to say is, if you have negative energy, if you don't eat the food, it can be the same as you having negative energy and eating the food. So it's all about the energy and the thoughts and the mindset and the feelings and the emotions that you do it with. So essentially you can get the same result by eating the processed food and the dairy and the gluten as you would if you didn't eat that stuff, depending on the emotions that you feel about it. So there's people who are getting that, who are not getting results by making the decision to not eat it, and there's people who aren't getting the results by making the decision to eat it. There's also people who are losing weight because of the decision to not eat it, and there's also people losing weight because of the decision to eat it. It's the energy that you're doing it with that matters. So it's not really about what you do, it's about how your energy is when you do it. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm gonna answer one more question and then we're gonna head out. Okay. Okay. I feel like I overeat and it's a technique to control it. Okay. Oh, with the fasting. Maybe I should just change the limiting belief that I overeat. Gotcha. So the word control in the first place is a disempowering word in this sense. So trying to control how you eat means that you feel out of control about eating, and that you don't feel like you have the bandwidth to just do it easy, naturally, and effortlessly. So the first thing is, let's take some power out of that, out of feeling like you can't control it, and change that limiting belief, change it to some glitter litter about you needing to control your eating. It can be easy, it can be effortless, it can be something that is simple for you to be able to just go about your day and not worry about overeating or not worry about emotional eating. Anytime we're overeating, emotional eating, stress eating, any of those things, it is a sign that you are suppressing something emotionally, and you're using the food as a cover-up. So whenever you feel called to overeat, I want you to journal instead, right? And if you still overeat, that's okay, because this is a process and you'll build up to the point where you don't overeat anymore. But when you feel like overeating, instead of saying, let me fast or let me try and control it, you want to figure out why emotionally you feel like overeating. This is the stuff that we need to break through for you in this course, and for anybody else watching. This is the stuff you get to break through that will change your body and make it so easy and so effortless for you. Is you got to find what these emotions are, and that's what we'll do. We'll dig. There's so many modules that are gonna get into this for you, but it's not about controlling it. Because do you want to control your overeating the rest of your life? No, that does not sound awesome. That does not sound fun. That does not sound like you're living your best life to have to control your overeating for the rest of your life. I know this because I experienced this too. So I can speak from personal experience. It does not sound fun to have to control overeating the rest of your life. What you want to get to the point of is, I just live and I just eat, and the overeating is not a thing for me anymore, because you've healed the emotional stuff. So it's not about finding fasting to stop yourself from overeating. It's figuring out why you're overeating in the first place. So I want you to journal on that. And then make a post in the Facebook group and tell us why. What you're experiencing, what you're seeing, what you're knowing, what's coming up for you when you ask yourself what's going on emotionally when you feel like overeating. Yeah, so it's more getting to the root than just changing the belief that you overeat. It's more getting to the root of like, why is it happening and how can we shift it? But yeah, you do get to also change the belief that you don't need to overeat anymore. You're gonna heal yourself emotionally. Overeating, binge eating, any kind of overeating thing is just, it's always a sign that we're not dealing with something emotionally inside of us. We need to do some inner work. Simple as that. I used to overeat big time. Okay, well, I am so grateful for your questions. I would love to do some laser coaching in our next live stream that I do for you guys with our training next week. So come to me with things that you want laser coaching on, and bring your questions. And I'm so grateful for everything. Just remember, you are limitless. Anything is possible. You can do this. You can shift. You can change. You get to choose your reality. It's for you. You're supposed to have this. You get to have this. It gets to be this good. You can have it all. Your life gets to be this good. All right. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Just know that I am always setting intentions. Every morning I'm doing my meditation and intentions and gratitude, and I am sending you guys so much love, and I'm seeing you at your highest. I'm seeing you as the woman who's already reached her goals. So just know that the vision is set and the vision is being held, and you get to just step into it, and I'm here for you. I believe in you. I love you. Have a great day.